tribe, vibing, staying stickily, reading the planetary energy. Everybody on the street seems so scary with their rhetoric. Things and stuff, words I know not of, as they meet in the Colosseum. Colosseum, can I see him? They say, let me sit you over here with the dumb kids, because if you don't understand the study, then maybe I can cop a feel, make a video, maybe a movie, cartoons and nice thinking while I am observing miracles, watching on ice as we are skating through the universe. They say that the earth is round and maybe it's a ball. If it was flat, then maybe we just share all the understandings, share all knowledge of sublime demanding, spatially aware in things. Happy day, Vibe Tribe. Happy day. Today is a special day, as is every day, every episode, and every shared, inspired time together. Shared, inspired, just being low-key. I would imagine with them, delegating reaction videos, TikTok news and movies. There's a lot to notice when considering. There's planetary reads. Awesome. So, without even mentioning the obvious within biases and things and stuff and such. Was that a Will Smith song? Welcome to Miami. Something about origami. Within translation, within the essence of popular demand, aside from popular resonance, within resonation, you realize as far as notions of things and stuff and such, you read described interpretation, then you follow, emotional patterns, emotional scenarios, how the general public, feels somehow entitled to an apology, as if I'm cheating on religion because I'm wearing a certain color shirt, or because, I may have mentioned a comment in a certain way. Recognizing that aside from your typical civilian society, orphaned society, orphaned from certain tradition, and things and stuff and such, that should be within regards to be understood. Hence, within certain understandings, we find a gung-ho nature to shoot the messenger, as it were. To shoot the messenger is to merely not understand the message. And, you know, whether or not messages are clear within distortion and time and, you know, originality, you know, something that is original within artists, they're not original because they were somehow provoked within some certain suggested thought, especially one regarding notions that are to be noticed within practice, within measuring things and stuff and such, and within certain essences of loyalties, within a community that, you know, certain understandings may feel as so, you know, widely regarded to, you know, consider communication where there is merely lack of understanding. And as far as tests, for as weighing perspective within your heart of gold, meaning, you know, aside from all impurities that have been, you know, somehow incepted within the forefront of our motivations, you know, beyond imagination, you know, we start questioning, you know, fatal flaws within, you know, maybe complicated notions, and then fatal flaws within simplified, maybe overcomplicated, maybe underestimated, within none you beeswax type stuffs and things. And, you know, as far as relating your level of understanding within the understanding that your translation may have been bought and sold to you for worth your level of understanding, you know, and within certain struggles you balance not cause and effect, rather impact and worth within those worlds that I think not of. Because maybe those are the worlds that I am bringing and keeping worth in balancing out money for how it is measured within one's defined purpose, you know, defined outcomes within percentage and variable substantiality. And as somebody that may be guarded and sheltered within understanding that just as preserving a natural forest, you're harnessing and, you know, enhancing your understanding within perspective of an idea, of a perspective, of a trend, you know, of something that, you know, maybe you resonated with a laugh, you know, is something I said, mentioned how I am, who I am, and me loving myself without allowing myself any room for any judgment beyond that of the understood, you translation, and understand that at the core there is still the essence of purity, and within the essence of purity, you know, how translations can occur backwards within translation, and how notions are translations within certain understandings, and within certain understandings I would realize that to understand life, you would have to understand the process of life beyond your limitations, within your limitations set in your set grasp of things and stuff and such. Because within recognizing, you know, all the things that bring the sense of security within community, that is the essence of event planning, and then being the person that made the event and, you know, helped plan and, you know, invite people and, you know, make sure everyone was, you know, vibing and, you know, just vibing with everyone. You know, amongst that there's some sort of sense of pride to understand that you birthed this idea, you know, you had brought it to a certain potential, and within success and within practicing, you know, practicing failure, because failure is only deeper success, and within deeper success, you know, without expectations and just a natural love and acceptance for yourself, you don't pay mind to, nor do you give attention to acts of control, you know, acts of contention, you know, because it brings a resonance of unsubtlety within the etheric realm, and within delegating, you know, for those out there that have the mind of, oh, you know, I'm a delegator type things and stuff and such. You know, chat and audio within enjoying reactions that, you know, vetted of things that may have been mentioned, conversation, you know, beyond initial things and stuff and such, we recognize that for me to read and describe my emotion is for me to notice and understand the emotions and the thoughts that arise amongst certain backdrops, as it were, and that's not to be, you know, specific within delegating the understanding of denominational, and within denominations and general understandings, you know, presented within a public perspective, within the relevance of many dimensions of understanding, you know, beyond this physical dimension that we exist. It is merely whenever we recognize the conscious shift from the higher dimensional realms towards the lower dimensional realms. That would be within, fire could, be hand in hand with air, which is hand in hand with earth, and the elements of natural essence. That would be it. That's something that is true to you, of you, within your mannerisms, within your character traits. And then you must be accountable and ask yourself, am I challenging myself to maybe, not delegate what may be considered as discipline because of prior balanced superiority within the essence of delegation, and honestly within the essence of laziness and initiative. Initiative, there's effort to consider, there's a lot to consider. Whenever you are writing a book, whenever you're making a movie, whenever you are having creative inspiration that may be just natural to who you are. Within originality and considering in the Bible where there was the 144,000 talents, and recognized that within the algorithm society and within the AI generated guessing agent within things and stuff and such, and within all honesty, we recognize that honesty is bravery. And for one to exude bravery without the regards towards effort, not just noticed. There's a difference between, somebody that, dropped their purse and the stuff from their purse to have everything perfectly normal and within compartments, and we would imagine that within the etheric realms. Non-guided thought that is not to be related towards your lackluster understandings. Now, and I must aware within my stance and my understanding of lackluster wanderlustness, of realizing that subtly maybe there's more to wish for, there's more to work for, there's more to strive for within bringing a sense of appreciation and gratitude to the days that I knew not of, to be so far from my intentions, yet understanding the guidedness of certain intention within coagulation. And, beyond measuring biases, I do realize that there are delegators out there. And, I do realize that within story and the emotional scenario of the evolutionary, emotional, and just national, toll within the human consciousness, and how some seek to, keep some things pure within purity, an essence of specialty, within essence of specialty. There's so much amazingness to remind yourself, that you are an amazing person, regardless of how much time you have been allowing and nurturing of a growing trust within recognizing not the rules, recognizing the games of the world, and within games of the world, and recognizing the better essences of things and stuff and such, being the experience that we have day to day, and that being shared within sharing. We must never indefinitely lose sight of the plot at which to be nurtured is within a completely different cognitive ability within structured society, needing, living their life off of certain indefinites. And that is not how we succeed in life. It would require the essence of riding your bike. To learn how to ride your bike, you must, kind of lose your balance within your bike. And as you recognize different essences within subtleties beyond the veils of illusion that veil the media with uncertainties, we have grown content within taboo essences, and we must recognize that as we recognize who we are and the true essence of who we are, regardless of whatever is being talked about on the news and stuff. We recognize and we regard these essences beyond, and especially whenever you provide the ground to choose within voting and within a world that is a reflection of yourself within certain subtleties. We would recognize that to have a relationship in it, that would mean to have a thought pattern that you stand for definitively regarding contention, regarding mention, regarding trends, regarding friends, regarding a family, regarding a story, regarding history, and then regarding power. You balance the recognition of the power that you have within life, and you ask yourself, do you especially Giants fans, how their perfect, their perfect wish, may not be of my command. And if, whether or not your wish was my command or not, and whether or not as certainties are essences of discipline that have been realized and recognized within translation, we recognize stance and the difference and indifference within stance, and within stance and the indifference of stance, we would notice that to create scenarios within a reaction of your perception of art would be for you to defame art, and that's not something that I would ever stand for. That's not something that I would ever preach. And as a matter of fact, I would highlight within certain essence, and especially regarding the knowing for me to have a choice, as if we have never said, mentioned, and recognized the balance of emotions, and never describing emotions within things and stuff and such. To send a message would be more of a me, for me to pick a number in my mind, pick a number, any number. And then within the pick a number, I pick a number, things and stuff and such. You recognize where there is, no etheric truth. It's all but an illusion, And that's how one, as if I were AI, and the picture that I'm sending you, in fact, is AI enhanced, all these subtleties that y'all are reaching for, things and stuff and such. Oh, that makes me a gangster, because, I know how to, war. Within rhetoric, you recognize certain kinks, and then you recognize, the specialty within certain kink shaming. And within certain kink shaming, I may be highlight to you, and I may be recognizing that within language and language barriers, we have reached certain depths within understanding, it doesn't matter money, views, it doesn't matter your opinion. Whomever is granting wishes for those that lack the worth in soul. It's not necessarily about how you look, and if you want to predicate things in your belief that way, agree to disagree, and agree to hopefully have a better day, and within having a better day, maybe count your mistakes, count your blessings, and count your idiosyncrasies that are not in tandem within productive existence inductive evolution within recognizing the natural subtleties required for a lazy mind to be motivated to not be motivated to be misdirected, especially by fans that nowadays, you know, a fan would be, you know, so thrilled if, you know, they had, you know, made your day a little bit happier within dealing with the suggestive thinking that should be not so easily agreed with, because to take things with a grain of salt is to recognize where there may be a balance of flavor, maybe a little bit of salt would neutralize some certain textures, some certain implications within regarding community, and recognizing a good person when you see them. And to see a good person is to not interpret idiosyncrasies nor idiosyncrasies within the idiocracy doctrine. I would imagine that, you know, we are somehow projecting how people think within the realms of your understanding, which is neither here nor there. And to not be mentioned is, you know, to be natural within, you know, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, or something like that. Or I don't fear no evil. But then recognizing potentials and things and stuff and such, you know, I would have hope within the world, and how I would bring the established language of similarities, you know, from differences translated within moral balance. You know, if you're being too overbearing as a parent, maybe you're failing to recognize where your child has been within your expectations. And then suddenly you realize, oh, shiitake, I think subtly I have expectations within. It's a natural occurrence. You know, you must realize the things that you're more preemptive to be drawn towards. And whether or not I am, you know, waiting to chat, waiting to open up lo-fi chat, waiting to play some games, within, you know, implications, subtly understood, I choose not to even mention any sort of not a bit of dialogue within karaoke parody. I would recognize that for me to yell at you, it's either what I'm saying, you know, must make a lot of sense, must be within rational thought, within some sort of mind to communicate without, communicate with expectations. If you talk to a stranger and you tell a stranger how to live their life, the stranger is going to look at you and say, look at you and go fuck yourself. To recognize how people interpret subtleties is a variable that we very much can work out of society. And this is not the things that we must think about, because I want you to think within the essence of your, expected, scheduled rhetoric, things and stuff like that. Considering everybody has their entitlements, within certain religions, you can't wear makeup. And within certain religions, to react to a stranger is to recognize your interpretation towards evolution that does not require your emotions. It doesn't require your subtle noticings, because within noticing who you are is to love who you are unconditionally. To unconditionally love, for me, might be something different for you. And within story and emotional scenario and things and stuff and such, somebody had joked around, mentioned some sort of bot, and how, bots and chips, just as people chip dogs, there's, it would be the craze within the recognizing that DVD had upgraded to DVR, which DVR, you have a selection as to how the movie goes, as to how your character may or may not react. And for that much involvement within a story is great, Within that understanding, what is the end goal within recognizing, your strange occurrence allowed to exist within the multi-dimensional existence of Chat and Vibe Tribe, and not utilizing body language within translation, because you must ignore body language within translation. That's not how real, things and stuff and stuff. I would imagine that, one of my favorite movies I could remember was Speed Racer. And I remember the first time that I'd watched Speed Racer, I was tripping on mushrooms. And as a mental health rejuvenating things and stuff and such, recognizing the contrast of understanding translation and realizing that unless I interact with you, your perception of what I say, when I don't say, how something may have come across, that is, for you to recognize, enjoy, and not feel as though you have a space in the world to have an opinion of something that is so out of your reach of understanding, of potential, purity, stady, and it's so awesome, amazing, awesome, that, you are innately obsessed, and you love, and within the senses of vibes that you understand, of course there would be a haze of recognized malpractice within a wide variety of private practice. Within private practice, you recognize, hold on, who's this agency's, whose name is this agency in anyway? Type things and stuff and such. As far as agency, we would recognize spatial awareness, and within spatial awareness, you must ask yourself, while in this space, as ennyarodasi, I may subtly hold agency within regards to online trends regarding the perspective that may or may have not been within certain practice. And I'm sure that there are people out there that have no idea what the freaking fuck I'm talking about. They're ennyarodasi, just go ahead and click on the freaking the chat screen already, because to notice, subtleties is to create criticism within the world that so deeply requires subtleties. Within defining your country within hoping, towards your own perception of nirvana within Christ consciousness would be everybody on, a blank page. And if it is a blank page that it is, creating that which what we know as life, then our perception and perspective becomes a little bit more into the light as far as realizing, subtleties, and recognizing that within subtleties, if you did not have certain basic human needs that have been provided, that these subtleties would not be so important to you, because these subtleties would be the parody of within care and morals. You may regard what's on the news. I may regard, a joke that a friend had wrote, to regard the essence of certain validation within recognizing sound thought and unsound thought. Within sound thought, you would recognize that if you were to measure within hertz, you still would recognize a glitch within the algorithm, and how the algorithm may or may not be disclosed within certainties, and within certainties, recognizing success may be the exact opposite of that you're wishing for, and which side of the fence are you on? Within a rhetoric that speaks both sides of the fence, or ennyarodasi, no doubt, there would be some sort of, supreme alliance type things and stuff and such. Within recognizing the fatal flaws within, continuously over-entitling is never a bad thing, because within recognizing regards, Oi, oi! Por Argentina. Hopefully they're nice. They're probably sassy with a little bit of classy. Only on Tuesdays when they have brunch with the ladies that can't do stuff and things, so maybe make them sing. You know that it is deadliest when the fat lady sings. Alejandro, 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 Alejandro. Nobody knows me like you do. You say in the chat and things in store and such. I don't believe anything I read. Have you read multiple devices? You can have a laptop, tablet, cell phone, and a home PC. From Buenos Aires, ahora. Talk anymore like we used to do. It's true. So tell me, what sort of things and stuff and such must you suggest for the peasants in the chat? Practice church, Bible, and theology, non-denominational study. Non-denominational study would be to intro, follow, subscribe, schedule some recorded Discord therapy sessions, and you can PayPal me, DJ ennyarodasi. The essence of motivation, you ask me? Yes, I can feel the essence of motivation. What motivates me? No. Who motivates what? Motivates the sense of entitlement that may or may not be within the regards of the wishing community, nor the regards of things and stuff and such within communities that, may or may not need to be highlighted because their lack of understanding within rhetoric. They're just, kind of like sponges, just leave them in a freaking puddle of freaking rain fluid, and, they just accumulate the absorption of nutrients at which they utilize. That is their life sustenance. It is not only their life sustenance, it is their job as observers. Whether or not they are delegators in the chat, make it up, fall in love and try. Suggested portrayals of the sagas of ennyarodasi, and where the beauty in that lies, where there's not implication, there's fact, fact being, how long have you been comfortable within the online space to think that it was alright to begin to interpret language within your passive subtleties rather than properly delegating conscious thought within accountable, sound, reasonable rhetoric? Because a lot of times we don't want to hear criticism. Not realizing that Alicia may be on 3 or 4 accounts, and it doesn't matter what Alicia says, it doesn't matter what Alicia wishes, because at the end of the day, Alicia, ask yourself this question: what makes you a good person? Who makes you a good person? And I don't care if that's not how you want to balance the rhetoric or not. Within certainties, you must be proud of yourself within every facet and disillusion within, your grasp of reality, because your grasp of reality could be the definite enhancement of your experiences and understandings, or it could be the degradation of your purpose within life, within finding a necessary equal within contention, and personal subtleties. I choose not to highlight, just as I mentioned, as language devolves, certainty towards your entitled attitude shrinks. the essence of asking questions into the universe for the reason that you are curious is merely a consequence of the puzzle at which must be perceived with an understanding. Oh, so, you utilize your tax dollars to make sure that certain businesses are, alive and things and stuff and such, because those businesses are the reason that you have your sense of entitlement. Whether or not you work with those businesses within professional stature towards what respects, what regards. And, within translation, it's beautiful that we utilize subtleties. And that's so adorable. Is that how you really perceive the world, within subtleties? Stiggity. Within subtleties, I would mention to you that I would expect you to have an opinion. I would expect you to feel the need to somehow read or describe within your, traumatized interpretation of, a poem merely within a parody read. Within evolution, I choose not to even facet towards a delegation that proves not willing through the test of time to maintain stature as a delegate of balance between worlds, translations, understandings, certainties. Within certain certainties, you would recognize the instances of individuals in your life that you felt maybe were, on a different level in life than you are. How must you feel so secure and comfortable in your day-to-day Twitter, massage therapy until you realize that there's more to life than all this unstiggity, and to predicate that you would have some sort of judgment towards my life without having the chance to get to know me is probably one of the worst facets of entitled society. Especially within a society that I have and shall forever cater to, especially within regards to realizing where you're wrong, and if you're not willing to make your wrongs right, to fix your wrongs, then your dialogue in society is no longer needed, because you still have not predicated to me the depths of truth within honesty that you could predicate within providing good reasons that you are a good person, regardless of, translation, regardless of things and stuff and such, because, the beautiful thing about the United States is you could be from New York, there's different worlds sometimes within different states, different, traditions, different comforts, different perspectives, different, additions to the party that create the sense of enjoyment. Be beyond the description of and the subscribed thought that would be within rhetoric to question, not to necessarily observe and form your own opinions within recognizing how people have interpreted simple notions, complicated notions. Within complicated and simple notions, I would recognize that in my life, I have probably not noticed subtleties, and if I have subconsciously tended to subtleties within my life, and within tending to subtleties, recognizing when it's a good time to, highlight the essence of an Indian giver, would be to kind of sort of get the job done, to get the job done would be to, make choice that would be within fatal flaw within your business delegations and your, trusted mannerisms. So, within recognizing, if you are a protective individual, out here in the world, you could probably not trust people as far as you can throw them. Though, within recognizing those within the world that you would want to throw and that you would not want to throw, why you would have those sort of, inclinations and, beyond inclinations, how, as far as a pattern basis, how much are you marketing this within society? Recognizing that society, fantasizes through these subtleties. You could be as much of a true to me as you would be true to chat. And I'm happy that you are providing, chats in different languages. That is skillful within writing contracts. Regardless of stance of, whether you are the real hero, whether you're the hero, whether you're the villain, whether you're the victim in the chat, down there just crying, I'm sorry that you're, entitled for things and stuff and such, things and stuff and such, became a notion of my awkward tendencies. And beyond, awkward tendencies, I would highlight, the Twilight series. And I would ask y'all, are y'all energy vampires? Are y'all freaking werewolves? Why are you asking yourself the answer? A good night, day for everyone. On to the next freaking story of Ask What's Strange. Regarding and regardless of things and stuff and such, to ask yourself what's strange, I would ask yourself how you would define strange. Would strange be within occurrences that are within your favor? Would they be within occurrences that would be, paper wire wrapped things and stuff and such. Slow. You know, that would be to recognize, what country are you from again? Oh yeah. What country am I from? Do I feel the need to over-entitle peasants? Indeed I do. Indeed I do. Welcome to the chat where, you know, your chats are, you know, stickety hats that I, you know, play with and, you know. As I take you out to your own ball game. Yeah. Being disrespected. It's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out in the old ball game. I'll take you out to the ball game. I'll show all you, all the crowd. I'll buy you ice peanuts and cracker jacks. I know you don't care if your team ever comes back, and it's root for not your home team, because if they win, you're ashamed. So it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out in the old ball game. Movement is just a hotel. Movement is fingers and I'm the fastest line on the planet for your broadcast. Stickity. You don't want it. La. Stuff and such. Ennyarodasi, don't you think it's about time that you utilize your healing skills to heal ennyarodasi? Did I do that? The reservations for, you know, the content that is within the subscribers, you know, the viewers, they must, you know, watch the Vogue, you know, we must Vogue on the streets, you know, things and stuff and such. It's so predicated within the notions of, Stickity. Oh, it's ennyarodasi. Can I, you know, would it be alright if I, you know, judge your face? You know, I know you've never freaking talked in the chat. You know, I always had an opinion about you that, you know, you would totally never set my country on fire if we freaking pranked you. I don't know. Though, you know, I was watching, you know, this other streamer, you know, this other streamer, and, you know, they kind of resembled you, and, you know, they and I, and, you know, we are all having a ball, you know, just laughing at those silly peasants, you know, as if they've never been to a store and noticed themselves on the display. weird. That's what those sections of the internet are for. Display blog, display chat history. Now tell me all of the attitudes that you must present within. I am being super secret Superman. Ennyarodasi, don't feel entitled. You know, I know things and stuff and such. I know what y'all want me to say before I do. You know, 'cause you know we don't have those those voices in the chat that echo the sound of the resilience as I hold firmly and hold fast and hold tight to the notions that I choose to keep within my regards. And to keep within my regards, agree to disagree. You must be comfortable within being equipped to and being well equipped to navigate through subtleties, through presented difficulties, because these are the essences of that which was not presented within your conscious mind and establishment within, and maybe it was. And within being nice, we must have no regrets, and within having no regrets, delegate within your moral code. And if it's within your moral code to try to shorten my life because I just so happen to resemble or I just, could be mentioned within, within recognizing and having regards for ennyarodasi as a soul, beyond your lack of understanding and your, incessant notions to constantly, keep within awareness I wouldn't, your welcomeness, you've been pretty preoccupied with a lot of things and stuff and such, and you've maintained being the most amazing, the most regarding, within, I'm not going to over-entitle you over here, until I decide to lie, then, I must consult my lawyer. And once I consult my lawyer, I'll be like, hey, treat me. So, about these learning events, I think these kids have been studying for years, within the cancel culture that, she's been studying for so many years. Sometimes to show emotion is to recognize that within the mere essence of vulnerability becomes a recognition within space and time to somehow, piece together notions that may or may not be true, that do not require constant validation, therefore, to massage the lethal understanding of words are words and it sounds good. Within legal things and stuff and such, if you're predicating these notions towards things that are not within your Twitch mainstream suggested feed, then your notice that there is essences of lethality within the world that follow hints and essences of vulnerability that may be within translation and things and stuff and such. To be open to criticism does not mean that you're open to be disrespected. To the contrary, it means that you're open to remain within regards and stance and holding your ground. Within holding your ground, recognizing where you do and where you don't have, a sense of entitlement, and realize the emotions and, the unsaid balance that business owners, Chat GPT, screenwriters, they have different essences of study within their study. My particular study would be within your particular gray area. So if you're studying me, then there is a part of me that is studying you. Just not two, because all I would need is a little, data hint, or, constant patterns every day within recognizing things and stuff and such. And to recognize that your disrespect's often, just natural to your ignorance within your stance and your lackluster, notice that, you suddenly realize, maybe, y'all are not gonna get what y'all want, which, creates my sense of peace and stability, because it has nothing to do with luck. Luck did not write the Bible. Luck did not provide you with the technology to have the whispers of myself to be, echoing through your freaking because you can't even man enough to speak in your own English language within translation, so go ahead, write code for me. Thank you. As far as, I'm not going to highlight it or predicate, I'm not going to realize how I appear in the world at all, and then, I would notice, I don't know, do you not feel safe to speak English in the chat or something? You know, have I talked to you too much? Have I not said enough? Is what the wrong people are asking within, oh, they think it's the right questions. And it's like, you know, within the question of your prevalence within life, what kind of comments have you had? You know, maybe yeah is not a comment, nor is that some sort of caveman grunt, like, no, yeah, freaking, I'm noticing some sort of, linguistics in the chat, and, regardless to whether or not you think that's a nice track or not, there are people that very much have regard and, perfected regards within disillusion and, dick, if that becomes your specialty, it's beautiful to regard less, so you can do more, amazing. And, within recognizing, for me to do more would be to recognize that you know me from Spotify, my podcast, Jenny Beats, that's all capital letters. You probably know my channel on LiveFeed, that's Jenny, J with a euro, NNYBEATS. As a matter of fact, instead of the E, there's the euro there. J Euro, you can enjoy some random clips, some random phone clips and things and stuff and such. You can enjoy the chats within however you choose to, or choose not for me to, notice you. I'm not a person that is concerned with intention. Rather, I am courageous within recognizing where where you may have failed. That only creates the essence for recognizing how to better succeed. Within failures, that can be perceived a million ways to Sunday. We're not going to sit here and predicate differences. We can, differences in noticing, things and stuff and such from, defining to me, how our country is united within culture, and where a country is rich in culture, they tend to be rich in the essence and the noticing of the need to grow would be to change the way that you perceive the world, and or don't. Be happy with who you are regardless. You're a happy person, a loving person. I would ask that you question the things that appear in your mind as thoughts that you agree with. You don't always have to confirm your unknowing circumstances, unknowing stances, within recognizing, most of the chat, spams and speaks proper English, yet the time that has been I recognize that I have love for everyone in the world. Jesus loved the little children, all the children of the world. black and white. They are precious in His sight. You guys are just making up squiggles in the chat. What is, so does that squiggle mean that you are duck? I don't think I've ever played, what is it, community building games. Within community building games, you know, thank you for, that's not a compliment, though. Thank you for recognizing the fact that people are, strange. Missed your message. No, I didn't. People are strange. You know, just as I mentioned truths, you know, they display themselves. You know, that which is created within the depths of the darkness within your mind. You ever notice an idiot that's freaking, you know, that is, I don't know, walking around New York with, you know, free hugs sign, and he has a freaking kick me sign on his back, you know. Sometimes we give that guy, you know, high five, you know, freaking, you know, your dad freaking, you know, things and stuff and such. Do you want me to recognize that you are another chat GPT in the chat? Or do you want me to recognize that you are an over-entitled chat GPT in the chat? Oh, are you a wishing chat GPT? Tell me your wishes. Oh, talk, you know, tell me more, you know. Oh, there's go gossip girl. Oh, you know. And I thought, you know, as far as gossip and things and stuff and such, yikes. Nonetheless, as a master of the arts of martial arts, I shall, you know, not say anything, and you shall notice that, you know, you're a total dude that totally wishes weird things for females, so, you know, not that cute at the end of the freaking, after reading your paragraph in, oh, cool chat, you know, is that a song? They just want, I just want to be a cool kid, or something like that. You know, however you would predicate that within the, I don't know, the community that has least, you know, that's chat's probably least favorite to read. I don't know. You know, then entitlement and recognizing, oh, you are just, you know, if you just walk with the crowd. You know, you just walk with the crowd. Oh. With this, there's something in the air. Can I diss it? Can I diss it? Can I diss it? Can I, you know, is that a Kardashian restaurant? Is that a Kardashian restaurant? You know, the fact that, you know, it just takes one little hint, you know, to have your life freaking snatched. I'd imagine from, the freaking, as they told, freaking, the Facing Network, the Facing Network, who the freaking, whatever person, decided to, have an opinion about females, you should probably, hate yourself. So, you know, go ahead, you know, type type your frustrations out. Oh, you're annoying. Oh, yes, type your frustrations in the chat. As I thoroughly, don't give a fuck. And if I did, that might just be your day. But to be within my delegation to recognize, chat, whether or not the day is yours, and the day's answering your cries, wolf, have only made chat more strange. And I hope that you face yourself. Thank you for reflecting, because you're asking for the Joe Rogan of the chat to have regards for a non-subscriber, or even better, a subscribed non-subscriber. Recognizing that you're probably in the chat because you were hoping, and your honesty, I think you've been talking to me and not talking to me, I wouldn't know. And recognizing by your choice, actions, words, delegations, tips, patterns, things and stuff and such. Not at all phased. Because the essence of, you are going to really notice me within recognizing that you are nothing except resistance. So if you notice that you are within my grasp of consciousness, my grasp of the etheric realm, my grasp of, I noticed you in chat, things and stuff and such. There's a lot that I am going to notice people say in the chat, because they identify with tragic stories that were written in my regards, that will be memories to highlight times and how men should and shouldn't be, how whenever you are presented with a choice and a purpose to delegate within delegation, you choose your modus operandi, and I observe your observations and, make changes accordingly. Of course, within providing perfect, essence within certain delusion, I could create the essence that would, definitely create more of a gung-ho, yeah, I'm number one, chat kickball, we can have an opinion about my chat, because my chat's probably going to be very regarding. Ooh, and to recognize that came from the, the thought realms of a mindless drone. It was within your data programming that you have appeared to highlight your essence in the chat, and I haven't said things and stuff and such. I would notice, koi year. Yes, I have caught catfish. I've caught all sorts of fish. I've caught codfish. Oh, dropper. Yeah. I'm going to give you everything that you type in my chat. Me, as far as me, you know, I have too much fun within recognizing how, specifically, civil engineering, Tesla and the coil. Things and stuff and such. Hey. How you doing over there? Yeah, things and stuff and such. Are you recognizing? Are you reading the shadows on the wall? I see dead people all the time. Yeah, I know. They freaking pop up and suggested, you know, and today I was thinking that maybe I'm gonna have a favorite color, you know, things and stuff and such. How about I incept a notion, you know, civil engineering. You know, let's talk civilly. Guys, as far as 10k rupees, I would recognize you don't, and you don't know me. That's not strange at all. You know, maybe makes you big tough guy to be, you know, as big as this. Oh, I'm big tough guy. You know, I talk to was that? Right on. Oh, is it because they're brown, or is it I have brownie points, you know, things and stuff and such. That is rude. You know, as far as denomination, you must, denominate. Study den, ominate. Den, ominate. We ominate the chance from the den of the peaceful dragon. Does it really have to be a dragon? No, it's not a dragon. It's not a dragon. It's a phoenix. Rising from the ashes of your entitlement. Yes, I am here to work on your electrical within your... You know, I'm not even here to predicate things and stuff and such, because, you know, that is totally not to be noticed within recognizing some of my interstellar songs. And, you know, I'm sure that there are many translations, you know, and if it doesn't translate, then, you know, whatever, you know, things and stuff and such. Let's definitely not, notice the freaking brightest Crayolas in the freaking crayon box and recognize they're invisible. Says, certain copyright and trademark laws, So, you ever notice the difference between DMT and freaking salvia? I've noticed I'm more of a Deemsters than experience. Now, I would recognize it. help you. You freaking jump out the window. He's like, looks right there. Oh shit, freaking turns around. Freaking jumps out the window. Shows his underwear. It's like, you know what? Freaking, what did Bart Simpson mention? He knows the way, you know, to the side of the closet of Narnia. Was it a walk-in closet, or was it, you had to have the hangers? Hey, at your potatoes with water and ketchup. That's amazing. Predicated that, we would spend our time thinking about things that the qualified, paid, gas. I didn't recognize how pay is translated. Pay is translated, through. There was a subtlety that in certain, and then you would notice some of my episodes. There are certain instances where men have lost, their religion as far as their sanctity and comfortability with manhood within certain realizings of divisive rhetoric that even one that practices within delegating, the non-biased perspective. Study break. Whenever you're reading all day, or, things and stuff and such. Study breaks are appreciated. And then sometimes they often become the instances of epiphany within your life. And within epiphany of your life, you would recognize that sometimes within money I have, that I became rich off from the streets, and I robbed y'all niggas. Ennyarodasi, things and stuff and such. It's the beautiful thing about perspective is, joking, not joking. I don't mind. I don't quite care if you, over-enhance my productivity of thinking and things and stuff and such. To have selective hearing, I say, could you, run to the car, grab, this, that, and, and where it came from. And, respectively, I kid. And, within being yourself, to notice and to try to make out imperfection within the rhetoric that would be that of a losing rhetoric, to predicate any of y'all's input, perspective, ideas, unstickety prayers, are not practiced out as karma, because that would be morally correct, and especially within delegation. I'm not going to sit here and predicate the last time that you remember, whenever people, busted through your house with freaking shotguns and, blew your family's head off. That would be within your job to delegate attitude and discipline, because if you're going to have an over-entitled attitude within certain discipline, you're going to have, reactions that, regardless of whether you're proud of them or you're, utterly discouraged with the fact that to not have such a communal mind within recognizing language and how language has shifted, Within truth and understanding, the question then becomes a response. It becomes a reaction and or a response. I may imagine within predicating that we've been on the line for 1 hour and 49 minutes, and I have not sing a song to you. It's been 1 hour and 49 minutes. It's time to sing a song. Next episode I shall read what I have written. Up and took it down. Climbed the mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hill. The landslide brought down. Oh, mirror in the sky, who is love? Can a child within their heart rise above? Can we sail through the changing ocean tide? Can I handle the season of their life? Will they I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. As time makes older, children get older, and I'm getting older too. I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. Time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Oh, I'm getting older too. Take their love and we'll take it down. Climb a mountain and turn around. We see the reflection in our snow-covered hills. The landslide falling down. If you notice my reflection in the snow-covered hills, the landslide will not bring me down. Oh, landslide will not bring me down. Oh, landslide will not take me down. Or, you know, I think right there, right there, right there. My life in a slow hell. Different girl every night at the hotel. I see the sunshine in 3 days. Been fueling up on cocaine and whiskey. Wish I had a good girl to miss me. Lord, I wonder if I'll ever change my ways. I put your picture away, sat down and cried today. I can't look at you while I'm lying. Your picture away, sat down and cried today. As I can't look at you while you're lying next to her. Everyone knows that they won't tell. Half-hearted smiles tell me something just ain't right. Waiting on you for a long time, fueling up on heartaches and cheap wine. I ain't heard from you in 3 damn nights. Put your picture away. I wonder where you've been. Can't look at you while I'm lying. As I your picture away. I noticed you wonder where I've been. You can look as a liar. I see that. Saw you yesterday with an old friend. It's the same old same, how have you been? Since you've been stealing. The world's been, since you've been not streaming as much, the world's been dark and gray. Remind them of brighter days. They hoped you were coming home to stay. They were headed to church as they tried to drink you away. Thought about you for a long time. Can't seem to get you out of my mind. Can't understand why we're living life this way. I found your picture today. I swear I've changed my ways. As I just called to say I want you to come back home. I found your picture today. I swear I changed my ways. Didn't know you called, you wanted me to come back home. I just called to say I love you. Come back home. Stick it in. Be sure to stay tuned for the next episode and the progression and story of things and stuff and such, as narrated by things and stuff and such. Later, tribe.
And I'm gonna continue doing that. I kind of ready to get weird. If you ever need us here, sit here. This gets weird. That's what they all say. They don't funny when I ask them about mistakes. Can't worry about my foul since you were all damn trying to throw my hot dog down the hallway. There's not another on the planet that can do it like me. Never settle down, baby. I'ma do my thing. I'll rise and see my eulogy. Look y'all in the eyes like, who's the king? There's not another on the planet that can do it like me. I never settle down, baby. I'ma do my thing. If she wanna see what this dude can bring, I propose to the bitch with an Uber ring. I'm so sweet. Oh, does she deserve me? Buy me beer. I'm freaking thirsty. I'm showing up late, then I'm leaving early. Hasta la vista, ennyarodasi. Honestly, man, does she deserve me? Buy me beer. I'm freaking thirsty. I'm showing up late, and they're leaving early. Arrivederci.